Hey, this is Katie Parker again, doing my second lesson plan for Miss Stanley's class. This week, it's on phonics for first grade. The teacher objective is the teacher will decode simple words using word attack strategies, including letter sound correspondence for consonants with one letter and with digraphs. That is under ELA 1 of E1. We can start this lesson out by doing a review of what we learned last week on phonemic awareness. We can use the same worksheets just for review. We can start with this one. This is a fan. If we change that f sound to a k sound, what do we get? K and n. Can. That one. We can use this for, this is a cub. If we change the sound to a sound, what do we get? Cab. Cab. Great. And this one is a cake. If we change the k to a n, what do we get? Cane. Cane. Great. Alright, now that we have phonemic awareness down, let's start with our new lesson. Today is going to be on phonics. The purpose of learning phonics is to help students distinguish digraphs so they can read them fluently in the future. Because last week we learned how to manipulate words by changing the phonemes, today we'll be learning how to read and pronounce digraphs. Tomorrow we will learn how to read and pronounce words that have R-controlled vowels in them. The objective for today is the learner will be able to decode simple words by using the word attack strategies, including letter sound correspondence for consonants spelled with one letter and with digraphs. We'll start out this by a motivation. It's a video from Word World on YouTube. I'm going to show that real quick.
Just the word thing for you. We just have to put it back together again.
Sounds good to me.
Come on, Duck. Give me a hand. It's time to
build a word.
It's time to build a word. Let's build it. Let's build it now. Shh.
Alright, to show that to the class, you're going to need a computer, a projector, and access to YouTube. Once the class has seen it, you want to ask them questions such as what consonant sounds they heard and if they can find the blends in it, as in the k sound at the end of truck and the sh sound at the beginning of shoe. Also, just to see if they caught this, ask them to see if they can identify a character that has the same ending sound as truck. And if the kids are familiar with it, or if they could just pick up on it, they could see that duck, the character, has the same ending sound as truck. You'll need an oral response for this, and you can ask the entire class. Once that's out of the way, we'll start with our actual activities. The behavioral objective of these activities is the learner will decode words in writing by breaking down the word into single consonants and digraphs with 85% accuracy. This falls under the analyzing in Bloom's taxonomy. To start, the teacher will divide the class into groups of 4 and supply each group with 3 different spinners from the Digraph Delight activity, along with making sure each student has pencil and paper. For this, you'll need the spinners from the activity and pencils and paper. You're just observing your class, and it's going to be in groups of 4. The teacher will then model the activity by placing the first spinner on a projector so that all the students can see. I don't have that kind of projector, so I'm just going to have to hold it up. And obviously you can't spin it when it's held up like this, so I'm just going to say if I spun this and it landed on the SH, the sh sound, I would say to the class, this is the sh sound, and have them repeat it with me. I would then write SH down on either the board I'm using or a sheet of paper so they could see, and have them do the same thing with me. Then after that's done, I would take the second spinner, which is a vowel spinner, and spin that, and we'll say it ended on the sound, the U. So we would all repeat the sound and write that down beside the SH on the paper and on the board. Then we would take the last spinner and spin it, and say we landed on a T. Everybody would say T with me, and they would write that down. And then we would go through them all together, and we have the sounds sh, t. And we would practice blending those together to make the word shut. They would all have it written down on their paper, and they would see that it is a real word, not a nonsense word. I would show them again by spinning if we made up a nonsense word. Let's try spinning a CH, the ch sound. Then we have the I sound, the I. And we spun the sound. So we had ch, chim. I believe that's a made-up word. So we would say that was nonsense, and we could cross it out on our paper. To show the kids this, you're definitely going to need a projector that you can lay it down on so they can see it from all across the room. For the actual spinners themselves, that'd be so much better if they were laminated or on cardstock so the kids wouldn't tear them up. But for this part, the teacher's just observing the students, seeing how they're doing, and they're still in groups of 4. The teacher will continue to guide the students through the first couple until they get the hang of it. Then, whenever they're on their own, the learner will, one person at a time, spin all 3 spinners. The other person, or the other people in the group, writes the results of that person's spins. Then the spinners pass to the next person, and they would do the same thing. They would spin all 3 and have everybody in the group write that word, and they'll help each other determine if it's a real or nonsense word. The teacher would take these up when the students have about 10 words completed, and then move into the next activity, which is called a digraph a word. And for this, the teacher would want to split the groups of 4 into groups of 2 now, and give each pair a set of picture cards and digraph tiles and letter tiles. The teacher would model this activity by drawing a card from the pile. I drew this one, which is showing an inch on a ruler. I would then sound it out by phonemes. Inch. Then I would find the correct letter and digraph tiles, which I would draw the for I. And put them all together so that I had inch. I would write these all together and have the students also write them, and then be able to blend them again, saying inch to understand. I would then do 2 along with the students to make sure they understood them. Also, touching on the capitalization, say that I drew a fish. I would want to start that one off with a capital F, and then use the lowercase I instead of the capital I, and then lowercase sh for the sh sound. To do this activity, you can use a dry erase board and markers just to be able to write it down on the board. This activity will be assessed by mostly observation, but we need an oral response when the students are doing it along with the teacher to make sure they're understanding, and at the end of it they need to turn in a written response. And for the closure, the teacher will have the students use the blank letter tiles to make their own words with digraphs and record them on their paper before handing it in. For homework, the students will have to write 5 words that contain a digraph and draw a picture of them and turn it in. The early finishers for either one of the activities will continue playing either game and recording more than 10 words. The children with special needs, the student has a learning disability, can seek more help from his partner on either activity. The English language learner can sit closer to me to see how my mouth moves when dealing with the phonemes, and either one or any other special needs student can receive separate and extra time to review and reattempt these activities with special instruction by either the teacher or the aide. If needed, the student would not have points deducted for not finishing 10 words for each activity. For the remediation, students that did not reach the learning objective will be taught the lesson in a small group using step-by-step directions and assessment. For enrichment, the learner will fill in 2 blank spinners with different consonants and digraphs to create more words. The lessons I used in this lesson plan came from the FCRR website. They are called A Digraph a Word and Digraph Delight. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.